Okay, in this video, we're going to look at definite integration involving substitution. So it's just the same as the last time, except it's actually a wee bit easier when we have got limits. So we're just going to jump on to this example. One thing to note, if you've got trig, you must have your calculator in radians mode. Okay, so first thing, your u is the thing that's in the brackets. So here, effectively, your u is going to be equal to x plus 1. So you just jump straight to it, and then you do your du by dx. If you differentiate your u with respect to x, you just get 1. So if you cross multiply, your du is going to be equal to dx, 1 times dx, and then put an integration sign around that. So that means when we get to changing a variable, we'll be replacing our integration sign and our dx with an integration sign and du. Okay, u was equal to x plus 1, so we'll just write that down. U is equal to x plus 1. We still need to change the x on the top line, so a wee bit of rearranging. X is clearly going to be equal to u minus 1. So we have changed, let's look at what we've done. We've changed our integration sign and our dx. We've changed our x. We've changed our x plus 1. Everything there I've said has changed to u's, but this 0 and this 3, these are x values. So the very important thing is we've got to change your x values to be u values. So we'll just say limits. Apologies. We'll just say limits. I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, we'll just say our limits. So you had x equal to 0, and we'll just say that goes to u is equal to, so when x is equal to 0, u is going to be equal to 1. And when x is equal to 3, that goes to u is equal to 3 plus 1, so u is equal to 4. Okay, so we are now ready to go and change. So you've changed your limits. Your 0 became 1. Your 3 became 4. Your x, it just became u minus 1. And the bottom line, it was the square root of, instead of square root of x, the square root of u, and that is now du. Okay, just on this, your limits are 1 and 4, and normally it's going to be, your limits are going to be, this number is smaller than this number. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes the limits will change and you'll maybe have a negative on the top and a positive on the bottom. Just go with it. It's just because you've done this a strange method of changing the variable by integration by substitution. So we have to get this in index form. So we're not ready just yet to integrate. But if you do u divided by u square root of u, that just gives you the square root of u. And I'll write it in that form. And then minus 1 over the square root of u. So that's when you do the minus 1 divided by the square root of u. So we still are not in index form. I'll go up here, write this in index form then. My limits are the same. In index form, that's going to be u to the power of a half, and minus, and that's going to be u to the power of minus a half. And then we can integrate. So if you integrate, u to the power of a half becomes u to the power of 3 over 2. Dividing by 3 over 2 is the same as multiplying by 2 over 3. And then raise u to the minus a half by 1, take you up to u to the power of a half. Dividing by the half is the same as multiplying by 2. Okay. Now, you've had a wee bit of time now to do the previous work. So when you didn't have limits, and you'll probably remember the hard part of it, of these questions, was factorizing out and getting this, taking a common denominator and factorizing out. In this case, you'd factorize out u to the power of a half. The nice thing in these questions is you've got limits here. So you do not need to put the limit, you don't need to do any of this difficult factorizing, you just fire your limits in. So putting in the 4 into the first bracket, so 2 over 3 times u to the power of 3 over, 4 to the power of 3 over 2. Do that on your calculator, you'll just get 16 over 3, and then 2 minus 2 times u, 4 to the power of a half is just going to be minus 4. That's what my first bracket is when I put in my 4 as my limit. And then putting in the 1, you're just going to have 2 over 3 minus 2. And then put that into your calculator, you'll have 8 over 3, which works out to be 2 and 2/3, and that's it. Okay, you're now ready to do this exercise wherever it is. It's topic 7, Integration B, exercise 7, and question 5. So it's the same exercise you were on the previous video, but it's just question 5 this time. Just put it back up here, and that's it.